All right, good morning, everybody. It's the 24th of July, Monday. Last day on this roof. Might be coating that roof later on this week. I'm not sure yet. But again, that's facing due west. We have a sunrise. East is over here. We have a sunrise of 6:07 this morning. I woke up 2 minutes before my alarm went off. I had another weird dream last night, or this morning. I had severe trouble sleeping. I was up every 30 minutes, either taking a shit or pissing. I gorged myself yesterday with food. I actually gorged myself all weekend with food. You know, I still fast 16 hours a day. I can't eat breakfast ever. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. So, you know, I eat in a 6 to 8 hour window usually in the evenings. But, so yeah, I've had trouble sleeping the past 3 nights, due to gorging myself with food. And what that feels like is, it feels like the final throes of an old habit. You know, it just feels like the old me dying off, but trying to cling on to what is known. Which leads into my dream. So, you know, I think the last time I got up to use the restroom was, it was like 4 o'clock this morning, and my alarm was set for 5:20. So I got like a little over an hour of sleep, I guess. And, right there towards the end of my sleep, I was confronting old friends or acquaintances, family members being put in weird situations. And basically what I got to do is just, you know, reclaim my power, you know, to say no or to pull myself out of those situations. And that's what it's seeming like, because I had another one of those types of dreams a few nights ago, I think. And, you know, it just seems like what's going on is with my healing that I'm not always able to recall, and probably subconsciously don't want to recall a lot of things, you know, that have gone on in my life. But through the dreams, I'm confronting those things, you know, because it makes it hard when you have a dream like that to get up out of bed. So yeah, you know, I feel stronger for it. I've made a huge leap in my healing. I can tell just in the way like my demeanor, the way I'm able to process and handle things better, more calm. This was facilitated by, first off, my oldest son, who has engaged me in more healthy conversations and banters back and forth, and allowed me to, I guess he's been sort of a therapist for me, just listening a lot. You know, he's probably listened to me rant for hundreds of hours over the past year. So, you know, definitely, he would be the first one that's facilitated a ton of healing for me. And then since my niece has gotten down here, I guess a lot of things that I think what I do is I don't think that people understand me or what I'm saying. And by my niece, even with my son, you know, I just consider it an oddity that he understands or that he's just extremely patient with me out of love. But with my niece moving down here, it really, I had to come to terms with the fact that, you know, these young people are highly extremely highly intelligent, and empathic. And so I guess what that does is it's just the honesty so deep, that you can't help but face what's right in front of you. Again, there's been a couple different major things that she's unknowingly but has facilitated my healing in since she's been down here over the past 3 weeks. And then my good friend, who's the only person that's standing beside me outside of these young people, and just showing me humanity, showing me what it is to be truly human. Yeah, and it's so much appreciated to all these people. Wow, like, it's unbelievable. You know, I was telling the kids the other day, for the first time I can ever remember in my life, I wake up before my alarm goes off, and I look forward to getting out of bed. I've been hurting for so long in so many different ways and refusing to call it hurt, that I didn't understand the immense amount of pain I was in. I was just knew that I didn't want to be here every day, every morning when I opened my eyes, you know. And that's been going on for decades. So this is all a new feeling for me. A lot of acceptance. One thing through this healing, I will tell you guys, I was constantly, I don't know if you can say being tested, because who the fuck is testing you, you know? Maybe it's just that energy that you're bringing towards yourself, or trying to kindle, and while at the same time extinguishing those things that have burned inside you for so long. But it certainly felt like tests, because I was constantly having to choose between my healing and loving myself and taking time and attention for myself, or other things, other people, other things. Money was a big one the past couple weeks. Not last week, but the week prior and the week prior to that. So yeah, just constantly being put in positions where I had to make a conscious choice, a very conscious choice, between my old habits and choosing what I would have normally chosen, and choosing instead to focus on my healing and putting that as the number one thing in my life. And every time I did, it felt like I got stronger. I feel immensely powerful. My ego was extremely strong. And inflated. It was definitely the elephant in the room. And to continue to work on crushing that ego that took, 40 years to build, and to actually start integrating my authentic self, my spirit, into this avatar has been, as I said, it feels extremely powerful. Aligning thoughts, words, and actions, putting myself first, learning how to love myself, learning what love is, making the choices, the tough choices that need to be made, facing my demons, facing my past, facing my trauma, facing my abuse, facing my abusers, facing these abusive systems, detaching from the monetary game, from the rat race, from the acquisition of materials game, from the keeping up with the Joneses game. It's extremely freeing. Walking in truth. And no, I'm not saying I'm perfect, obviously. I'm still healing, guys. I'm not there yet. But I'm getting pretty damn close. I'm getting pretty damn close to complete integration and alignment. Forgiving myself constantly. Like gorging myself with food this weekend was, it's not what I want to do, you know. As I said, it just felt like the final throes of an old habit. Desperately clinging on, hoping to dig back into its position that it held so deep and so long inside of me. But there's no more room for it because I've filled that space with truth and facts and reality and love and kindness, wholeness, peace, knowledge, knowing, not worldly knowledge, but knowing, the true knowing, the essence of who I am and what I'm doing here. I don't have all the answers yet. I don't. I have no clue what this world's all about. I have some theories, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is reclaiming my authority and integration of my soul completely into this avatar. That's all that matters. Everything else is vanity. Everything else is superfluous. Everything else is a 3D illusion. It still is quite a feat of the mind to wrap itself around the fact of how abused and enslaved we are and how we can live so long without truly being loved and taken care of, or taking care of ourselves, and just outright abusing ourselves and poisoning ourselves constantly every day, whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And still we're able to pull through and get to this point of healing and realization and acceptance. And if that was all out of survival and fear, I'm extremely excited to see this next step. Living out of purity and in facts and truth and reality and love and kindness and comfort and ease. No more anxiety. As I said, I wake up in the morning before my alarm goes off for the first time in my life and want to get out of bed. Looking forward to what I can bring forth today. What is coming to me today now that I'm vibrating at such a high frequency? What's in store today? Because I know whatever's in store for me is working for my benefit, because that's all I allow anymore. And wherever I do find toxicity and poison and falsity and illusion, as I continue to heal, it will be addressed and it will be removed. But those seem farther and farther in between. As I said in the past couple weeks, I've had some absolutely amazing conversations with these three people I mentioned before that have skyrocketed my healing. It's hard to put into words at this moment. If y'all are struggling right now, if you're wanting to give up, if you're wanting to quit, if you started your healing journey and you just realize that you're all alone, I just want to let you know you're not. Because once you start this journey, there are other humans vibrating at such a high frequency that we are tuning in. I do think that through my healing, there have been other souls and spirits that have been helping me in the background along the way. So just know that you're not alone either, guys. I know what that loneliness feeling is, to be surrounded by people and feel so lonely. Like you're the only one there. But if you've taken that step and you're starting this healing and you're starting to let go of this 3D illusion and all the bread and circuses and all the distractions that this world offers you to keep you separated from your authentic self, I can tell you now, without a doubt in my mind, this is the most important and the only thing you will ever do in your life that matters, is remembering how to love yourself, how to put yourself first, take care of yourself, because it's going to reflect in everything you do. Your kids will understand and know exactly what's going on. I wish everybody the best.